welcome back to my channel. So I finally decided to make the video about my move to Houston. That's right, I moved to Houston. I know y'all are probably like, girl, what are you doing in Houston when you said that you love Dallas so much and you didn't see yourself living anywhere in Texas? But here I am. But you know, I'm gonna give y'all the real tea about living in Houston and what to expect. So let's just get right into it. First things first, I'm gonna go over what got me here, because I know y'all are wondering, like, you went from Dallas to Houston and you love Dallas so much and you told us all these great things about Dallas being the promised land, and now you're in Houston. Well, there was an opportunity available for me for nursing, and it just was the right move for now, for the space that I'm in my life right now. It was just one that I could not turn down, and I just took the leap of faith and decided to just act on it and move, and I did. And things are going quite well. I will be able to share that in a later video once God releases me to talk about it. But other than that, that's what brought me to Houston. And so yeah, let's get into this whole apartment thing about Houston. So my experience with apartment shopping in Houston was totally different from my experience in Dallas. And I believe it's because I moved to Dallas in the thick of a pandemic, so prices were cheaper and they were trying to fill up the space, versus now me moving to Houston, and it's like a popular city, everybody wants to move here. It was just a little bit more challenging because the requirements were a lot more strict, because in Houston they do a lot more scamming here, and so they make you do the extra steps with verifying who you are. So you really do have to be who you say you are. So do not try to come here and do any scamming. I'm not a scammer, but the scammers have made it a lot harder for honest people. I'll just say that. So yeah, getting an apartment, I did not use a relocator. I know in Dallas I told y'all about my relocator, but I did not use one here. I just felt like I didn't want to go through the hassle of going to all those different apartments that they send you to. Or having them go for me. I wanted to just do it myself. Just do your research on the areas that you want to live in, and apartment shopping really isn't that bad. There are relocators here that you can use. I can't recommend any because I didn't use any. I did use one apartment city relocators, but I just found it easier for me to do the work versus the person that I had, because he was fairly new. He was really good, but he was just fairly new, and I really was like crunched on time. So I went ahead and did the research myself, and I did everything. So yeah, and they do have those options here available. The weather in Houston is very, very bipolar. So you may get summer at about 9 a.m. in the morning, and you will probably visit spring, and then you're gonna go to winter by 8 o'clock at night. So just dress for all 4 seasons in one outfit, and that'll make it easier for you. Pack your rain boots because it does rain here. I don't know if we're close to the coast, I don't know, but whatever, just make sure you pack your rain boots because you do get your share of rain here. And you'll notice that with flooding. I did not say this earlier, but make sure that your apartment isn't in a flood zone. I know that Hurricane Harvey happened years ago, but you just don't know what would happen in this lifetime anymore. So I decided to live in a space that was not in a flood zone, because lo and behold, look at me living here and it flooded and now I'm just stuck. No, I was like, put me in a place where it ain't no flood zone, okay? So the nightlife here, I feel like if you move here, you will find friends. Like, Houston is it's a popular place. A lot of people are moving here, so I feel like it's not going to be hard for you to find friends. Like, if you're the brunch type, they have tons of brunch places. If you like the nightlife, you definitely won't have an issue in that area, because to me, it's a party city. I'm not a party girl. I just happen to live here. But I do believe that if you're moving here for the nightlife, and when I say moving here for the nightlife, I don't mean just moving here so that you can hang out, but some people actually move here and they are like bottle girls and bartenders, and all, they work in the nightlife. So I don't think it would be hard for you to find a job, or if that's your thing, have a problem finding it, because it's there. I think the infamous question really is it worth moving to Houston? I personally would say, if you are someone who, if you're moving here for a job, or if you're into living into a city that's live, you're not really ready to settle down just yet, this is the city for you, because I've noticed a lot of young adults live here, and they're mid 20s to like mid 30s, and they enjoy it. And I personally, it's not my first choice. I do love Dallas over Houston. However, because of the opportunity that was available to me, I had to come here, and I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I was able to experience Houston. But I don't think that it would be the city for me to settle down in, but I do see how it can be potentially the city to settle down in for others. I want to end it with this piece. This was a very short video because I don't have that much space on my phone to record. But I do want to say this before I go. No matter what city you decide to relocate to, it's always going to, every city that you move to, it is going to be what you make of it. So you can move wherever, it's always going to be what you make of it. So that's why I always highly encourage, like, just making sure that you have been seeking God about your move, because you can watch YouTube, you can watch TikTok, and you can get all the motivation that you want from family and friends, but it's gonna be you on the airplane by yourself heading to that new city, or if you're traveling by car, it's gonna be you by yourself going to that new city, and you have to live there. So I always say seek God first and make any moves after that. Thank you so much for tuning into my video. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.